Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lanolin, and we are back with episode 98 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And in this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of general base maintenance that we've kind of neglected since we've been working on our awesome bee sanctuary, which I figured we would pop in and kind of take a look at the beginning of this episode to kind of see how it's doing. And it was actually not doing very well. I noticed that I actually didn't have my forest bees actually marked, and it's still screwed up. What the hell, man? I didn't have my forest bees marked up, and I also experimented with switching a couple of the settings around to make these guys work. So what I'm going to do, since they ended up not working, from what I can see... Oh, man. I hope my tropical bees didn't get totally screwed. No, you're still good. See, every time they rebreed, they all switch spots. And I'm not really sure why. I went ahead and actually turned off metadata, or actually I guess I turned on metadata filtering, thinking that it might be the issue with these guys swapping locations back and forth. Again, I thought the whitelist would kind of make sure that these guys stayed in their proper locations, but they are still kind of moving around. So I'm thinking that may have been because of the forest drone possibly being mislabeled, or rather not marked up at all. It had no filters on it as far as the Ender IO pipes go. So let me check in here. The rest of the pipes, or the rest of the guys should be in here. There's my Meadows Princess. There's my Modest Princess. Bunch of common drones. I don't remember what else I was missing. So yeah, I've kind of been messing with this a little bit off camera. I kind of hoped that I had fixed it with that, but I guess I didn't. So I'm going to toss all these guys back in here. That's what I was missing. I thought there was a Modest drone in there. I guess not. And there we go. So yeah, like I said, just general base maintenance is what we're going to be doing this episode. We've got a few things we need to work on. As we can see, my sword's about to break. Bees are a little bit finicky at the moment. Oh, where's my forest princess? Did I lose my forest princess? That sucks. That means it breeded with something. Which means some of these guys aren't pure, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Eventually they'll be all breeded out once I fix this, but with that space open there and empty, that means that these guys can get to places. So yeah, basically my bee setup isn't working quite as well as I hoped it would. I tested it a little bit in a test world before completely setting it up, since the APRS pipe ended up disappearing, which kind of sucks. But I was kind of hoping that things would work properly. Because again, they were working properly. Just the issue that I'm having is that with so many different apiaries on the same line, whenever they breed, things are getting mixed up. And I'm not sure why they're getting mixed up. Because I would imagine that because I have this whitelisted for forest princesses and forest drones, only forest princesses and forest drones would go in here. But that's not the case. They seem to be just kind of going wherever. So again, it may have been because I had forgotten to mark this stuff up for the forest bees, so things were moving around improperly. So now that those guys are marked up properly with their ignoring metadata, etc., maybe things will work. But I'm just going through and I'm setting these back to ignore metadata. Because again, as bees are bred and all that fun stuff, a lot of background information changes with them. And that can cause issues when trying to automatically rebreed them. But we all know this. We've already discussed this. I'm just saying, in general, just making sure that everything's covered. You're good. All right. You're going. Ugh. So yeah, like I said, this is kind of why I wanted to move on to other things while I let my bees kind of sit around and work. This way we can kind of work out any bugs that might exist in the system, which there are some, as we can see. So yeah, let us get on out of here. I love it. So other than that, other than the fact that the automated bee breeding isn't working out perfect, it's got a few bugs. Again, that we're working out. It looks wonderful. Look how nice it is. I think I need to put some more light down, though. But I don't have anything on me. So anyway, what are we working on today? Well, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we are going to do some Botania stuff, but I'm going to save that for the end of the episode. We are going to focus on, actually, a few things. We're going to focus on upgrading these drawers because there are so many. I have so many saplings; it's insane. I need to find something to do with my saplings. I also need to upgrade this drawer for these apples. So yeah, because of that, we're kind of getting behind on wood because wood can't get in here because it is jam packed full of saplings and apples. So yeah. So let's take care of that first. That should be pretty quick. Drawers. Da-da-da. So I don't think I have any upgrade templates. Let me get some of those made. Upgrade templates, go. Nice. And then I think I'm going to do another obsidian upgrade because I don't really have too many diamonds left. I need to move my ender quarry. Oh, there we go. That's something else we might be able to get to today. Is moving the ender quarry. Because I have to like move it, like for real move it. And I think, actually, that might be something different we might work on. Because I don't really want to move all those combustion engines again. Because there's like 8 of them or something. So let's grab another one for our apples. I also wanted to get an indicator. So yeah, in the next upcoming episodes, we might do something to deal with powering that guy. I wanted this one. There we go, full level. Fill level is the one that we want to show that little indicator bar. We needed, oh yeah, comparators. So yeah, we might do something in the future to deal with moving power long distances because I really don't want to move all those damn combustion engines because they're not going to stack because they're all going to have different values because they've all had different amount of power and things in them. So irritating. All right, so let's get these guys going again. First things first, let's get our obsidian upgrades in there. Nice. If we shift right click, we can look to see what upgrades already exist. We've got 2 iron upgrades in there, 2 obsidian upgrades, and in this guy we just have 1 obsidian and 1 iron. And then status upgrade. Yeah, nice. I'm not really worried about it for the apples. We don't really get too many apples. In fact, let me actually pull some of these apples out of here. Myself. Boom. Nice. Cool. So hopefully we should be good on those apples. I need to think of something to do with these saplings. There are quite a few different things that we can do with saplings. Let me grab one or a stack. One, please. There's lots of different things that you can do with saplings, but most of them involve power of some sort, like creating electricity through, breaking things down, like biofuel, stuff like that. There we go. Biofuel. Nice. You can use saplings. Actually, it's better to use a wide variety of saplings, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Depends on the amount of different items being processed. More efficiency means more biofuel. So if you use a bunch of different saplings, that'd be pretty good. So we could actually, what we could do is if we decided to use biofuel as a fuel at some point, we could use botania to change the saplings into other saplings, so then we have a nice big variety. That way we can continue to grow just oak sap or oak trees and go from there. So we can check mark this off of our list of things. Boom, boom. Oak drawers upgraded. Or drawers in general, I guess, upgraded. They aren't all oak. Lots and lots of steel. Tons of steel. Holy cow. Lots of coal as well. Our boiler is doing just fine. I need to redo this firestone because it's not cracked and I might as well toss it in there. But yeah, we'll see. All right, so what's the next thing? I wanted to fix up the bitch slayer. And since currently the bitch slayer uses ardite as a blade, as its blade metal, or whatever you want to call it, its blade material, I want to upgrade it. I want to upgrade it to manilian. I've got a few bits of manilian in here. This is obsidian, even though they look similarly colored. Manilian is actually the best for weapons. It's the sharpest. It does the most damage. It is the best. So we're going to upgrade our bitch slayer from ardite to the best. Plus, it's about to break anyway, so I figured it was as good of a time as any. So where is my... I know I have... There we go. Sword blade cast. Nice. I was going to do a lot of this stuff off camera, but I figured I might as well do it on camera. I mean, I haven't done too much maintenance work in a while. It'd be fun to kind of run around the base and take a look at some of the projects that we've had going on. At some point, I'm going to do like a nice big base tour so we can see where we've come from and how we're doing. Oh yeah, that's right. The stuff's down here. All right, so we can run over here to our tool forge, switch to, here we go, that guy. Oh, actually, just kidding. We can do it right here. Forgot. We should be able to toss them in there like that. Wait, what? Oh, maybe it needs to be fully repaired. Well, that kind of sucks. I may have known that, but I also may have forgotten. The reason why I decided to do it was because it was almost fully broken. So I was like, oh yeah, now that it's fully broken, I can just go ahead and, save the time and effort on the Ardite. But, oh well. No big deal. We got ourselves a Manilian Blade. Look at that. 7 hearts. It did do 6.5 with the addition of the Manilian Sword Blade. Now does a nice 7 hearts of damage. Oh, and also, I just realized we have... What is Blaze? Fiery. Oh, okay. We have a modifier. I think I might dump some quartz into this, depending on how much quartz I have. So nice. Bitch Slayer upgraded a little bit. Now does 7 hearts of damage, which I think is pretty damn awesome. Nice. I do have some quartz. All right, let me turn some of this into bricks or blocks. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Damn it. Okay, well, looks like we're going to be able to upgrade this guy a lot. So if you didn't know, I don't really know if I've gone over this too much because we've been using Iguana Tinker tweaks, but you can actually do physical upgrades to your weapons. You don't need them to necessarily always rely on them to level up. Look at that, we're at 8 attack now. And quartz, or blocks of quartz, give you a nice fatty attack damage boost. It sharpens it up, makes it do lots of damage. We have 1 modifier remaining, which is really cool, which means we can actually, since we're at 144 out of 144 for this quartz, meaning it's at its maximum amount of upgrading for that particular modifier, we can go ahead and do it one more time, and we should eat up this modifier. Again, I don't think I've gone into this too much this playthrough because we've used Iguana Tinker tweaks, so please excuse me if I'm repeating myself a little bit. But I don't think I've gone into too much detail. So there we go. We're now maxed out at 266, 266. Or I'm sorry, 216, 216. Yeah, there we go. Which we now do 9.5 hearts of damage. Woo! And burn duration of 6 seconds. Pretty damn awesome. Now, to get more modifier, there's a lot of different things that we can do to get more modifiers, but I'm not worried about it. Because we have Iguana Tinker tweaks, it'll level up on its own, and hopefully the next time it levels up, which isn't too soon, it'll give us another modifier. If not, no big deal. Maybe it'll give us sharpness or something like that. If it doesn't give us another modifier the next time it levels up, we might look into upgrading it using a few techniques. Okay, so the next thing we're going to focus on is a little bit of Botania. I've mentioned many times that I really want to focus on getting some Terra Steel, or more Terra Steel, so I can make some awesome Terra Steel armor. I love my Elementium armor, but the Terra Steel armor is even better. And borderline OP. It's pretty strong. But, as we can see, I only have... Let me run over there. I don't need to run over there. I forgot I got this thing going on. I only have 14 Terra Steel ingots. I need 27 to make a full... Or 26? 26 or 27 to make a full Terra Steel armor set. Got a long way to go. And I've been working on this the entire time we've been playing. Now, I will admit, there have been, since I've moved my mana up here, I haven't really been able to do it too much. But I've been doing a little bit on and off. So what we're going to do this episode, for the rest of this episode, is move my agglomeration plate. I'm not going to move it up there, but I am going to move it closer. Because I realize it being way over here, it's kind of impractical for me to try to move mana that distance. I could do it, but there's no reason to do it. Like, there's no good reason to do it other than just looks. And for me to run it all the way over to there, it's going to mess up the look anyway. So I figured, I'll just move it. Why not? I actually started destroying this stuff a little bit. But then I was like, you know what? I can just do this on camera while I'm blabbing, explaining what I'm going to do. So, what I'm going to do is just move this just a little bit closer. In fact, I'm going to move it to probably about here. Maybe about here. Like, just around in this area. Oh, nice. It cleaned itself up. I thought I was going to have to do that myself. See, I'm going to move the agglomeration plate in its little situation to right about here. Now, I haven't tested this. I'm hoping that it's just going to, like, work. But we'll see. I'm hoping that it's going to draw mana from these guys. And then these guys will just draw mana from up there. I think really the only issue that I was having was that these guys were just too far away from each other to pull. And then having so many mana pools in between, it just doesn't work like that. So, again, there are ways that we could have done this differently using a few other mechanics that exist in Botania. But I kind of like this better. I'm going to move this guy to the center. Nice. I might make this something else, like decorate it up a little bit, make it look like a cool little pedestal or something. But we'll see. I'm going to leave this here and leave the runic altar here because this works perfectly fine. I don't utilize the runic altar enough at the moment to really need move it. So this is fine. So let's set this back up the way that it was. We have 5 living rock, which means that one is in the center. And our lapis blocks can go all around like that. Nice. All right. Terrestrial agglomeration plate, go! And a spark. Now I have an extra spark from the mana pool that was sitting right here that I went ahead and moved because again I didn't need it to be there. So okay, so here's the first test. We're gonna test and see if this is close enough as is. I'm thinking it honestly should be. I don't see why it wouldn't work. So luckily I've got some stuff ready to go. Now if this does work on the first try, I don't know what we're gonna do for the rest of the episode. Now what we do for the rest of the episode is probably make terrestrial armor, which would be amazing. All right, so let's toss you guys on there. Let's run away. No, don't pull from there. Man. Alright, just pulling from there. Wow, that was really fast. Wait, was it pulling from both places? Oh, I think it may have been. Unless I'm crazy. Because that was super fast, and that mana pool isn't empty. Isn't even close to empty. So let's break this spark. Get off of here. Can I not punch you? I just want to punch you. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let's try this one more time. Do I have anything ready? Nope. See, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I might not be able to make any more terrestrial armor because I don't, or too many more terrestrial ingot. Yeah, because I don't have enough diamonds. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing for the next couple episodes after this one. Whew, we got to work on getting our ender quarry back up and running if we want to make some terrestrial armor. Because we don't have enough diamonds. Now, we could, of course, just use the transmutation tablet and just get a bunch of freaking diamonds. Because I do have a crap ton of other resources, but that's lame, dude. That's lame. The transmutation table is there for me if I need something quickly. And I don't need this diamond quickly, so we can get it the proper way. So let me dump the rest of this stuff down here. Let's run away. And it's not working. Dang, why aren't you working? Their mana pool's right there, man. Oh, wait, it did work. What? Why didn't you give me my cool effects? My particles are on. Huh. Wait, are you pulling from up here? Whoa. Possibly. It's either pulling from up there, or it is just connecting from down here. Possibly, possibly. I can't really tell. It's not giving me the effects. That's kind of strange. The particle effects are kind of important to see if this stuff works. All right, so let's give it one more shot. I mean, it did work, which means I'm happy. It just didn't really give the proper particle effects and stuff, indicating that it's working as intended. So I don't know. I don't know. Diamond? No. Diamond. Oh my god, we have 3 more diamonds. Ugh. Actually, now that I think about it, well, we might actually end up needing to utilize a little bit of equivalent exchange to get a couple extra diamonds because I'm not sure if we need diamonds to do what I want to do for our Ender IO, or not Ender IO, for our Ender Quarry issues as far as power goes. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I kind of want to mess around with some tesseracts. But I'm not sure how many diamonds, if any, tesseracts need. I don't remember off the top of my head. Ah. But it's all good. Hey, I keep forgetting I can just pop back up there really quick using my travel anchor. Whoops. There we go. So those guys are still working their asses off up there. Giving me all my potatoes. Run, run, run. So is it because I'm not close enough, or... So I don't see any... See, I don't get it. Why are there no particle effects? So these guys are connected. They're just not giving... Maybe they're not giving particle effects because these guys have... Because the Chira pylons are on there. That could be a possibility. But it works. So That was really it. They just needed to be close enough together. And unfortunately, you can't really bounce them in between without utilizing the corporal network. Yeah. There's a whole network that you can do with Britannia in order to move your mana around long distances and to specific things. That way you don't have like mana sparks pulling mana from things you don't want them to. That way you can kind of direct your mana a little bit more. But I have never worked with this before, not even a little bit. So I'm really inexperienced with the Corporea stuff. So in the future, I'm sure I'll jump into it. But I'm going to have to do a little bit of my own research behind the scenes before I can really get into that too much. So I figured a really good, like, quick fix, roundabout fix, if you will. Actually, not even a roundabout. Just like a quick fix was just kind of just move it. Just to move it. So, cool. So I guess since we do have a little bit of time left over in the episode, we can take a look at what I'm going to use to deal with moving power a long distance. Because if we actually pop on over to our Ender Quarry really quick, which requires we go through the Nether. Quarry overworld. Nice. Alright, so here we are at our quarry. And if you remember the last time we were here, I went ahead and got rid of a lot of the water that was down there. I don't know why I spent so much time doing it. It literally does nothing. I mean, like, if you have a really... well, I'm playing on a server, so that's also something I don't need to deal with. But if you have kind of a crummy PC, or maybe not the best PC, it's probably in your best interest to get rid of all the flowing water. But I don't really think it makes that big of a difference. But regardless, I spent a bunch of time taking care of that. But anyway, I need to move my Ender Quarry because of a few things. I could just turn it around again and do the other quadrant over here and then move it and go on from there. But I don't want to. Because when I set up the ore generation for this server, I kind of forgot to disable the Railcraft Poor Ore. So because of that, I have accumulated a shit ton of this poor iron ore. Now, I've since condensed it down into regular ore, which is why I have such an excessive amount of iron ore compared to the rest of the resources that I have, like the gold and tin and copper, etc., etc. Just because so much extra ore spawned thanks to Railcraft, and it's poor ore. The poor ore also sucks because I can't grind it down, which means I have to take care of it manually. Like, I can't turn it into dust. It can only be turned into an ingot, which means I have to do all of that stuff manually. None of my automated systems can take care of it. So, because of that, I need to move my Ender Quarry to some place that has not had any chunks generate yet. We actually did this initially when I first started quarrying. I don't remember where my initial quarry was, to be honest. It's like lost somewhere because my map reset at one point. But anyway, initially when we set up the world, I had issues with the ore generation. I had all of the ores from all of the mods spawning. That sucked. So I teleported to some place that had no chunk generation yet, and I set this one up. Unfortunately, I forgot to disable the Railcraft ore, so now I'm doing that again. I'm going to be teleporting to just somewhere like someplace I know that I've never been to yet, so we can generate new chunks with everything properly set up with the poor ore disabled and stuff like that. Because it's disabled now. It's been disabled for quite some time. I just haven't run my quarry in quite some time. So I'm going to move it next episode, and we're going to deal with how we're going to power it, because I don't want to have to move all these compression dynamos. I also don't want to have to keep using all my freaking fuel, man. I don't want to use my fuel, dude. That's how Lanotech's going to get all of its money. We're doing okay as far as finances go, but we're going to get rich, man. We're going to get rich with that oil, dude, with that oil and that fuel. So I want to stop using it. So first things first, we need to figure out a way to deal with moving the stuff a long distance. I'm also going to have to reset up. The biggest reason why I don't want to do this is because I have to reset up all my books. Which could be a little tedious. It's not hard or anything. It's just, again, a little tedious. So what are we going to use to transport this power a super long distance? We're going to use a tesseract, which I spelled wrong. What? Tess. There we go. We're going to use a tesseract. Tesseracts are very, very cool. They allow you to create a device that can transfer items, fluid, and RF through space-time. Unified point in space-time. It's pretty freaking cool. They're also fairly expensive. Silver, bronze, so the case is cheap. Tesseract frame requires Enderium. hardened glass, and a diamond. So we need at least 1 diamond. And then the Enderium requires... We've actually made a little bit of Enderium, I believe. I think. So yeah, some Enderium blend, not too bad. But I'm pretty sure I can make... Yeah, I can make the Enderium in the other guy out there, the smeltery. So a little bit of work to do. Shouldn't be too terribly hard, but it's going to have a lot of awesome results. Now we have to make 2 of them, of course, because it has to. One has to send and one has to receive. Do I have any Enderium in here? Redstone Ender... Or Resonant Ender. What? Oh, that's just... Okay, never mind. See, I'm pretty sure I've made Enderium before. And I'm pretty sure it's fairly recently, too. So I don't know why I'm forgetting. But anyway, so I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin. Come back next episode. We're going to take a look at the Tesseract and some of the cool stuff that we can do with it. Namely, in regards to teleporting liquids and fuel and power and items and all the cool stuff. Long distances. So thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin, and I will see you next time. Bye.